Hi, everybody. It's Anne Lewis, your independent Stamping Up demonstrator based on the Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. Tonight, I have a really interesting project. Now, I don't make any Christmas, Easter cards. Sorry, I just got one of those tech messages up, which scared the living daylights out of me. Um, However, this one I really, really like, and you can make it as easterly as you like. So I've made it as probably a card that I would be able to send to anybody. And let me show you. So I'll throw you down to the desk and then I'll come back up. So you can see I've kept it, sorry, tone on tone. I'll describe the paper to you in a second. And it's it is a simple card. It looks complex, but you know me, my catch cry is making creativity easy. And this is another one of those cards that is actually easy to make. And I'll explain a few things, why I did things, so you'll actually understand. But there's probably a few ways you can make it even simpler than what I actually made. So you can see the easel card there. You can see the cross and you can see how it pops up. So this will fold over, go in an envelope. Where's my envelope? Did I check it? Oh, it's not an envelope. Oh, these are my envelopes. So this is just the standard Stamping Up C6 envelope. Let me show you how it goes in. So that just crosses down there and slides in. Look at that. Perfect. So that's why it's so, so cute. Now, if you're watching, let me know that you can see and hear me. And I'll give everybody a few seconds to catch up with me, because there's always probably quite a significant delay between when I start and actually between when you can hear me. So leave a comment if you can see and hear me. Wait a minute, I'll just come back up here so you can see and hear me. Rightio, now I'm going to show you the designer series paper. It's brand new, and I've got to say, everybody's falling in love with it. It's an online exclusive, so it was only released this Tuesday, and I'll show you up. So leave a comment if you can't see and hear me, because I haven't got any comments yet. But that's page one. So you can see it's foiled. And then that's the back, and that's the side that I've used. Now that's a bit glary, so I'm going to throw you. Don't you like how I throw you around? So this is the side that I've used, but this side would work really well, easily as well. Okay. So now this is called, what's it called? It's only new. Something Dreams, Delicate Dreams. And I love it because it's a specialty paper, so it actually has foil on it. I'm not sure you can see the foil, but well, you should be able to see it now, because the leaves are all foiled on that one. This one, those little flowers are all foiled. I'll show you the other side. This is probably my favourite side. And I'm sneak peeking one of our new in colours. This is Hydrangea Hue. So, hi Glenda, how are you? Just leave a message if you. Oh, whoops. Sorry, there was a bit of a fall there. Not by me, by my paper. Then I said, let's get this back up. So it's not a big mess. Let me know if you can see and hear me, Glenda. I really like this, even though it's got no foil. But it's a really great masculine paper, and I like Stamping Up papers that have papers that you can use and for both masculine, feminine, such a wide variety. Now this is another, there each one's got a foil side, and that's the other side. So it's fabulous, fabulous papers. So good to see you, Glenda. Good to see you, Marianne. And as I said, just let me know if you can hear me, because that's the bit I'm a little concerned about. So here's the card. Now, whilst this is I've done it for Easter, and you can see how it comes together with a cross. You could use this for like a baptism. There's lots of things you could use this card for, and it's just a special card how it comes together. And you can use whatever paper you have, because all you need is cardstock. You need some designer series paper. Wait a minute, let's put it like this, some designer series paper. And I've kept it very, I've tried to keep it as plain as possible because there's a lot of moving parts. And I think plain works better. So I've only got two colours, which is crumb cake and basic white. So it's pretty simple. And it doesn't even have any stamping. Who can believe that? Whoop whoop. Who would have guessed I would make a card without any stamping? But of course, you could add some stamping, you could actually add some die cuts as well. But I just liked it because the pattern was so, so simple. Are we ready? Now, I haven't given you any measurements tonight, but I will provide them probably by tomorrow night. I've got a funeral on tomorrow. But this is one of those cards you need to see how easy it comes together so that you'll then understand how to actually make it. So, has everybody seen it, just in case you've come a little late? So, you can see the easel. This is your easel. This is your actual card. Now, I could actually keep the card like, don't worry about the easel. I've folded it out of the way. You could actually just use the card like that. But the problem I had with that, and this is why I changed it up, is this is probably an eighth of an inch. This piece, which it has to rest on, is an eighth of an inch shorter than the card base. So it rocks forward, and I didn't like that. So that's why I added the easel. So it looks so much, I think, so much more special. Rightio, so let's get started. I do have all the measurements, so I will go through them as I go. Now, this is the main piece. So it is 5 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm hoping you're going to be able to see that. And it's scored at 1 inch, 1 7/8 inch, 3 1/8, and 4 inches, right? And it's scored along the 5 inch. That is why I've written 5 inches with a little arrow so I don't get it confused with the 5 1/4. So it's nearly square, but not exactly square. So that's one of my little tricks. So on the 5 inch up the top, I'm going to score at 1 inch. So this is what you need for your, just need your trimmer, or you can use your scoring tool. Now, make sure that your cutting blade is out of the way. Let's slide that up just a bit. So 1 inch, 1 7/8 inch, 3 1/8 inches, and 4 inches. Yep. And I am going to rub all those marks off, just in case they do show through a little bit. But you've got, as I said, I will be writing these out, putting them in a document, and you'll be able to, sorry about my camera shaking, that's that rubber, makes it shake, the table shake a bit. Now, this is the piece that actually, this is this basic white piece. Now, you can use whatever colours you like. Now you could also drop, if you want to make it simpler, you could drop out this first layer, so the crumb cake layer, and just go from there, the DSP to your cardstock to your card base. And I'll introduce you to the card base soon. But I liked it like this. So I'm going to grab my bone folder. So this is how that scoring does. So it creates the base of the main part of the cross. So your vertical line. So let's go. So, so I turn in both outside pieces. Now these are not all equal. The middle piece is a little wide. Oh, sorry. Let's put you back to where you were. Whoops. Now, if you've got any questions, I just threw you around, didn't I? It's annoying when this happens, isn't it? Because then it takes forever. Right, here we go. So I've turned these two pieces in, and then this is the pop-up piece. So I'm going to put it the other way. And I'll show you what this looks like. This is your base. Well, I don't mean the card base, but the base of your project. So you can see already how this is coming and how easy it is to come together. Now, I want to put this on something that holds it like this. So I have a piece of crumb cake, which is this piece here, right? Which is, and I'll just show you the measurements. Hopefully you can see that. 3.5 by 5.5, right? So I want to put that, I'm not even going to bother. Oh, I better rub it out, hadn't I? 3.5 by 5.5. I don't have to rub it out too much because you're not really going to see it. Whoop. Now I'm just going to use my multi-purpose glue because I love the capacity to be able to wiggle it. And this is one of those. Now I'm going to do it different than what I did my sample. So I'm going to put down one side, and how I know how far to come in here is it's the same. Top, bottom and sides are all the same. Okay, so again, I'm going to then open this back up. So we're doing the wrong side of this and do exactly the same. You don't want too much glue, and you say, but Anne, you always use lots of glue, and I do. And so exactly the same, you can see I've got the same on the border. Okay, so there, you can already see it coming together. But let's add some of that nice paper. So now I've got designer series paper that has a pattern on it. I'll just show you the pattern. So it runs this way. Now it's easier if you don't do that, but it looks nicer because you get those beautiful vertical lines. So now this piece, now just have written some really quick measurements. Oh no, this piece is 1.1/8 inch wide by 5 1/8 long. So it's the main piece of the cross there. And this piece is 1 inch by 5 inches. So I'll just double check that because I'm going off memory. Don't want to go off memory, do we? 5 inches, I'm pretty sure. 5 inches by 1 inch, spot on. So let's stick this on. Now, so this piece is running lengthways, so up and down, as you can see. Want to put it on so the border's all equal, because that's how you get those nice lines in these sort of cards where you've got a few different pieces. I know, so it's just going to sit there. It's not difficult. Let's see how quick this comes together. Rightio. There's that one. Now, then I have these two pieces down here. So this one is 7/8 of an inch. So my crumb cake layer is 7/8 of an inch, and this will be 3/4 of an inch. Let's put them down. You can see it comes together pretty quick. The cutting out the first time seems difficult. The cutting out the second time was really simple because you understand how it all comes together. You could use any paper of this. You could use some of our gorgeous florals, or even some of our geometrical prints. Wait a minute. Now, I want to make sure that these are all going in the same direction. Now, what I did notice is to get that nice equal border around here, don't worry about what the border is on that crease line in there. Make sure it's perfect on the outside lines. It should all work out, but sometimes, they're handmade. They might be a little, may not come together absolutely perfect, but this is a way of making it look really good. How gorgeous is that paper? I know, let's add this piece. As you see, it does come together pretty darn fast. Rightio, so how easy is that? So let's put the cross on. Now, so this piece, so this layers up exactly the same. So basic white, crumb cake, and the Delicate Dreams. Now, I put a little arrow on it so that I can't, well, the theory is I can't do it wrong. So the first piece is 3 1/8, which is less than the width of this, 3 1/8 by 1 1/4. And then this piece is 3 inches by 1 1/8. And then this piece, so I'll write that on for you. Where's my 3 inches by 1 1/8? So this piece is 2 7/8, 2 7/8 by 1 inch, right? So, except mine is 3 inches. Now I'll just make sure that this is, oh, it's all too big. I put it in the wrong place. Let's just check. I think I picked up the wrong piece here. So that's 3 inches. And that's 3 inches. This needs to be 3 1/8. So let's find a little piece of paper that I can cut. This is what happens when you have so many pieces. So 3 1/8. 3 1/8. Oops. Let's get my cutting blade there. 3 1/8 by 1. Is this 3 1/8? Have I got that right? By 1 1/4. So that sits like that. And then this one is 2 7/8. So I've just got to cut that down. Oops, I nearly made a mistake, didn't I? So 2 7/8 is just 2 lines to the right of the 3 inches. I know, let's rub this off. We don't need that there. done its job. I know. Always what I do is work from the smallest piece down. Makes it a little easier. I love this paper. And it wouldn't be my favourite piece because I love those foil pieces, but it works for this card so well. Hi, Gail. I thought of you when I was designing this card because I think it's a card that you'd like to make. So then we just put that on there. Now, is there a secret to where this sits? I put it about a third. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. You line it up what works for you. So I just put it like that and line it up to the center. Oh, and what did I say about putting it on upside down? Lucky I saw it. Oh, so you can see how that collapses over. Now I can get my bone folder. Here it is. And just do that and that will stick it. So that will come up. So already you can see how nice it looks. Now I could leave it at kind of that, and I'll show you what I meant. See how it moves? Well, it doesn't have that balance. It wants to rock forward. So I wanted to sit back like this. So let's add an easel to it. Now, if you're not used to making easel cards, they are so simple. Now, the majority of your easel cards are the width of your cardstock. So for us, normally a 4 1/8. But to make this bit of room here, this is only 3 1/8, I'm pretty sure. No, it's 3.5. So that just gives that little bit of extra to slide over. So, of course, this is 3.5, and I want it to be exactly the same size as this. I'm going to cut it 3.5 by 11 inches, so it's 11 inches this way. And then I'm going to grab my trimmer, score it at 5.5 inches. This is just a standard, other than the width, this is just a standard easel card. And then I want to go halfway across here. So I know this doesn't look like 5.5 inches. It doesn't look like I've cut it down to 11 inches. Let's give that a go. Let's see what's happened. Oh no, it's 11 inches. Did I not cut that? Did I not score that? I didn't. Look at that. That's what happens when I read your comments at the same time. Okay, so now it will work. So we'll fold that down. So I scored it 5.5. And then I'm going to score one side at 2 3/4, which is half of 5.5 inches. So I know 2 3/4. Oops. Oh, let's get rid of that. Now, so now this is going to sit up like that. All right. And that is going to be supported there. So let's rub this out just in case it shows up. And just for you to help you. I know. So fold there, and we fold this up. We can use a bone folder. And then the easy way is just to glue this piece here and then line it up with my card top. So easy as you can see, it doesn't take long, this card. Let's put this there, and we're just going to line it up. And remember, this piece is sitting up. Hi Sharon, how are you? Okay, so there we go. Now, this also gives me the opportunity to Anyway, I'll just show you the back of this. It gives me the opportunity to put a little sentiment strip on the back. So let's do that, because this is going to be sitting like that. So I want my sentiment strip up here on the back. This one's just going to sit there. So let's turn it over so I don't have to rub anything out. Now I could stamp this, I could decorate it, I could emboss it. There's 1,000 things I could do. Right, not emboss it. So we'll put that there. So now I have a little something where I can write my message. Now, as you see, this is not standing up properly. So it wants to slide through. So that's what these pieces here are for, because it actually supports, it hooks underneath, and I'll just show you, hooks underneath there and holds in place. All right, so let's do that. It's simple as, we'll get rid of that up there, and we'll just add these pieces. Now this is 2.5. Hopefully you can see that, by 3.25, so 3.25 off sideways. Now I want to use dimensionals to make this pop up. So because I needed something to hook under. Didn't mean to do what I just did, but anyway, a little out of order. I know. I'll put this back on. Then this piece is 2 3/8 by 3 1/8. So it's just going to sit on there, except I just need to trim a little bit off that. You can do this as you go. I did a really quick cutout because I changed this design to an easel card at the very last minute, just before I went on air. So I did a pretty quick cutout. That looks better. So again, I'll just hide the pencil marks. Now, do you send many Easter cards? Leave a comment. Let me know if you send them, or whether you're like me normally. I will have to send this one because I love it so much. So that's just going to sit there. And as you see, it pops up. I'll just take off the backings here of the dimensionals, sleeping dimensionals. Now, look at that. It now sits up exactly as it should. And you can see how easy it is to come together. But I need some sentiments. You know my favourites. Not that I dislike stamping. I do lots of stamping. However, I like these because they're quick and easy. And to be honest, I don't have any Easter cards. So Glenda doesn't send any Easter cards either. Rightio, so let's find a thinking of you. Let's see what we got here. I don't want happy birthdays. Here's I think I like the white finish. Let's see what we got here. I know a lot. Oh, there. What have I got here? You can see how many sentiments are here. Be thinking of you. Here's one, which is nice to do over Easter, especially when I won't be seeing my family maybe won't be seeing my family this Easter. So we'll stick that down. I'm doing this flat because I don't want it too thick, so we have a problem with the mail, because it's already got a few layers on it. Let's put this, not upside down. Let's put this just down here. You could dress this up as much as you like. Okay, and the other one is a happy Easter. I know I'll have lots of them. See, and I don't send any of those cards. This might be a happy Christmas. What have we got here? Happy Easter. Oh, it's a different one. Let's just try use a different one. I know there's lots of different options in shapes, so it will actually work for your, well, we can put that just there. Oh, that one works actually quite well. As I said, I'm not popping it up, but you could if you wanted to. But I'm trying to keep my cards a little slim, so if I need to send them overseas, I can. I know. There we go. So there's how the card looks. So how it really is, as I said, a pretty simple card. Let me know what you think of it. Hi. So that's how the card looks. I know. Oh, I have been on. You haven't been my guides, have you? Telling me that it's facing the wrong way. Hi. Now you can see so much better. So this is how the card looks. All right. You can see how easy that was, and that's the back of the. That's the back, and that's the under. That's the underneath. So two cards, kind of nearly exactly the same, but you can see why I made it an easel card. So it will stay up, show off on someone's table, etc. And I think it's a cute card. I thought you'd like this one, Gail. It just called your name. It was one of the reasons why I was trying to do it last week, but I ran out of time. But yeah, I don't send any either, but had a class today with an Easter card. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I know so many, I know a lot of my team send Easter cards, but this will be the first Easter. Oh, I think this is probably the first Easter card I've ever made. Anyway, let me know what you think of the card, and you can see how easy it is to make any card base into an easel. It's just so simple, and it just dresses up that card as well. Ideo. Now, what do I have new? We've got so many new online exclusives. I've left the link in my Facebook page. So scroll down a couple of posts and you'll find the link to take you directly to my online store. And the link to my online store is also on the screen, but also it's in the description, which I hope loaded up because it was a bit of a technical issue. What else do we have? I think that's kind of it. Not that there's not a lot coming next month. No, sorry, not next month. Wait a minute. Let's throw you back up to me. Next week, I'll be at On Stage in Sydney, and I know some of the ladies here I'll be catching up with them. So it's a great opportunity. On Stage is like Stamping Up Convention, where we see so many new products. We see some fabulous displays. We see a lot of demonstrations, and even better, we craft and we catch up with friends. So I look forward to catching up with everybody. And who knows, I've got to make some swaps, which I always like making, but I haven't yet decided what I'm going to make. So lots happening in my world, but no live next week. So I'll be having too much fun. Now, that was a quick Facebook Live because that card does not take long. Thanks, everybody. See you in 2 weeks' time. Bye for now.